All right, welcome. Okay, my name is Lee. All right, so welcome to my channel. This is my first video I'm putting up. I decided I'm going to do a few different things, but this is where I'm going to start. I'm going back to the 90s. That's where I grew up. My teens years were in the 90s. 80s was my child years. So I'm Gen X. Good description of Gen X that's been around for a long time. I love. Uh, you can look at analog youth, digital adulthood. Or we were raised to be part of a world that was no longer there when we got there. So we were there during the beginning of all the computers and all the games and all the step ups from, it was a little after Pong. I'm not that old. I'm not a boomer or a elder X. I'm a younger X. Almost what they call zennials. Not quite a millennial, but close. I was born in '79, so right there at the tail end. But anyway, this game is one of those games that came out in '93, I believe. Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. I love the game. It took us a long time to beat it because back in those days, there weren't guides. They didn't give us a guide to say, oh, here do you do this. There wasn't step-by-step instructions. There weren't websites to tell us. What we got was a phone number in the booklet that came with it that said, if you need hints, call this number and you'll get a hint. They charge like 99 cents or something, and you can get hints. But I think I only used that number once or twice, and it wasn't even on this game. It was other games, which we will get to. There's one of the games I used it on. We'll play later. But I decided to start with this one. And the version I'm playing is actually the 20th anniversary edition. So 20 years after it came out, so roughly 13, they redid it, increased, made it, I guess, better for modern computers, increased the graphics, a lot of stuff. All right, so well, thank you for coming, and well, let's just get into the game. Okay, here is the opening screen. So we're going to see here now. The issue here, I actually already played this first chapter. I got through it. I had a lot of great, authentic moments because I discovered a few things since this is the first time I played the 20th anniversary edition. And then after I was done playing it, I did a live stream. I realized I hadn't recorded it. So this is, like I said, first video on my channel. I'm starting a new thing, so I got a lot to learn. So we're just going to start over. I'm just going to play it through. We're going to talk. Obviously, I'm not going to have the same authentic reactions that I had, but I'll try to touch on the points. And, we're just going down memory lane, and this is going to be fun. Already, this opening thing here is just beautiful. It looks really good. Even back in the day, even though we were amazed by the level of graphics, it was still, obviously, there was a point on pixels and all that good stuff. Okay, well, we're just going to start a new game. So let's do this, and we'll watch the opening cinema. All right. Ooh, nice crisp blade. Here we go. Yeah. Witch burnings. Blood. Yeah. Good visuals. Bourbon Street, Rue Bourbon, Rue Bourbon. So this is set in New Orleans, if you haven't, or Nolans. Very graphic. Obviously, I was around 14 when this came out, but definitely not a kid's game. It's got a lot of adult imagery. And for this time period, this was pretty intense. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and skip through all of this. We don't need to see all of that. Okay, come on. Skip cutscene? Yeah, it's just the credits. Ooh, I love that Chris Blade. Looks so neat. Good layout of the streets. Day 1. I dreamt of blood upon the shore, of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin. Whew, creepy, huh? Hey, it's Paperboy. Boop. Another old game from the 80s era, right? Okay. All right. There's our character.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita?
No, he doesn't.
I'm sorry, but Gabriel's allowed. I mean, he's out.
That's Grace, his assistant.
You know,
Snarky.
you do better. I know I don't know you, but you can do better. Goodbye.
She has a way about her words.
Good morning. You look like hell. Did you have another nightmare last night?
That's what we watched, Nightmare.
Who's having nightmares is what I do, apparently. Seventh damn night in a row.
I told you, it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw with your karma.
Unfortunately, I don't
So it's
think
about
most of
voodoo.
us would go for a horror novel about fluffy bunny rabbits.
I don't know, man. Fluffy bunny rabbits.
Do you mean your reader?
That could just
She
grip
lives
you.
in Wisconsin, doesn't she?
More snark.
Hey, what goes on in your bed stays in your bed as far as I'm concerned. I have messages for you when you want them.
All right. So, it was about this time I started saying, something don't sound right. And that's when I realized that's not the original voice. They redid all the voices. And the reason I know this is because Gabriel Knight was originally voiced by Tim Curry, the legend, right? So I was a little disappointed that it's got a whole different voice because Tim Curry was just great in this role. But, you know, we'll move from there. So, in this game, it's an exploration game, mystery solving game, puzzle solving game. There isn't, you know, shoot 'em ups. You know, this is I wouldn't even call this an RPG. It's a story game. You look around, try to find things. So, like coffee machine, I can click on it. I can look at it. And that was another thing. The narrator there, different voice too. I liked the original. She had a deeper, more just richer, thicker voice. It was so great. Let's see. Now you can touch it. See, hey, back in these days, the ability for them to allow you to interact with all that stuff was pretty cool. Back in the '90s, it doesn't have near the amount of interaction it would have if it came out now. And it was a different time period. Now, because watch this. There's Grace. Click on her. Look at her.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Yeah. A little bit of a lech, isn't he? He's a bit of a lecher. You didn't even try to touch her.
Like I haven't tried.
It's, yeah, just a lot of little things like that in there. So it's that's a 90s game. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to look around. Now, of course, she told. Welcome, Matt. Can you do anything with that?
There could be a secret passage under the doormat, but we didn't have time.
Oh. The narrator is pretty snarky, too. She gets in some jabs as well. You'll hear them here and there. Okay, so here's the point. So, you look around, you kind of find things that you can click on. Can you do anything?
Balcony floor needs work and is unsafe.
Okay, so like I said, I've already played through this, so I basically refreshed my memory on this chapter 1. So I'm just going to come through here and just kind of show you how things work. So first off, she said she had messages. So if you didn't know what to do, she said just ask her for the messages. So let's ask her. Click ask. Have a talk with her.
Got a minute, Ray?
What's up?
So in this one, they've really updated. Now, it's not perfect. They're talking. When they start talking, you'll see still a little, obviously, on the older side. But we can see there are 2 subjects that are important because they're yellow. Anything with a bright white means there is information there. It's not necessarily important, but it gives a little more backstory. And then they either disappear or go gray means that's it. So let's just start up here. Voodoo.
What do you know about voodoo?
Generic
I
question.
didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum.
Well, it is Nolan's.
It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
So, nothing. We can look, there's more. Click on it again.
What do you know about voodoo?
I've told you all I know. Sorry I can't be more help.
Yeah. And see, it's disappeared. So, yeah, that's it. Well, let's just look at the important stuff.
Did you find any good voodoo resources for me?
The best in the city are supposedly the Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in the French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
See?
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
See?
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. If you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with
Customers. See, Tim Curry was authentic. It sounded like he wasn't even trying. This guy, I'm not saying he's bad, but I can tell he's purposefully trying to give that swag and that Creole to his voice just to underline because the character is a native. She's been here like 2 months, and he's asking her for information on Nolan's. It's actually kind of funny if you ask me. But his voice, it sounds like an actor getting a payday, whereas Tim Curry made it so natural. That's the difference in actors, and ability. All right, let's check these messages.
Do you have messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What did he want?
He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey, and that he left some photos for you at the station at the front desk.
Okay.
It's about time.
Let me guess. This has to do with the voodoo murders, right? Some kind of inside police information? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new book?
Maybe. A writer has a certain obligation to his readers,
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Yeah, I
you
can't
know
look
you
at the
never put him in
mouths.
Your book. Your main character's a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as
Kinda.
a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull.
With a really big nose.
That's enough. Thanks.
That's what he was going to say. Nose. Right? And look, you hear the da 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 da. And up here, I got some points. So this is the most amount of points available. You can actually beat the game without achieving that. But the point, we're going to go for all the points. I want to find everything, right? So, more messages.
Do you have messages for me?
You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He was calling from Germany.
Mhm.
He told me it was urgent. Maybe you should give him a call.
From Germany. Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
I want to be in that. I could win that one.
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
Aw.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great. We had a nice little chat about you.
Ooh.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
Yeah.
She's my girl.
And she sent over that box on the table for you.
All right, I got a box. We could go on, chat, talk about her stuff. I mean, nah, we won't bore. Let's move on. All right, so those points I was talking about right there. So this is like, we know we're going to get the book, and we know to go to the police station, which I can grab the book and go to the police station. But we're going to miss stuff. This is a game of exploration. So let's grab this first, look at
The
it.
box has Gabriel's name on it, written in his grandmother's handwriting. Gabriel's father's old sketchbook sits on the top.
Okay, so we want to get the sketchbook. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, but now we got the sketchbook. We can look at it. I can either just look at it, get some information,
Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook and charcoal pencil.
or I can examine it.
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
Yeah, it's a little freaky, in it? A little scary. Yeah, very demonic, satanic, voodooic, voodonic, voodoo-y, voodooish, voodoo, whatever. I think voodoo. That might be the right one. Like I said, now we can. Oh, we know to go to the police station. Nah, we got to get some more information because you never know what you can find. Counter. Oh, here's another thing I found on my run through that I'm like, grrr. So let's look at the newspaper.
Times dated June 18th, 1993. The Aquarius horoscope says, potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
All right, so we can read the paper. Now, here's what made me mad. In the original game, it was not New Orleans Times. It was Times Picayune. 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 That was the name of the newspaper. Times Picayune. Wasn't New Orleans Times. Maybe they just figured people wouldn't understand what Picayune means, and so they just changed it to this. Or maybe that newspaper didn't exist anymore when they did the 20th anniversary, and so they updated it to whatever the current times. I'm not sure. You know, if anybody knows, put it in the comments. You can read that. It's been up for a minute. Pause it if you'd like. I'm going to move on. But that's just another little gripe I had. All right, so let's get some points here. So I know, because I love to, I'm a researcher. When I play any games, any kind of exploring RPG games, I look everywhere. So like we got some Siddhartha, some Faust, World of Snakes. That's an interesting one, so let's take a look.
That's interesting. Snakes can sense their prey by vibration.
Did you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters.
Like the Leviathan.
With snakes.
Grace, get a line.
But it got me some points, which means that will be important later. Also, Sprach Zarathustra. If y'all don't know what that is, it's the 2001 Space Odyssey theme. Dum, bum, bum, ba-da, boom, 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 which is fine. It is totally in the public domain, so. But y'all know what it is. Oh, Heinz Ritter. Wasn't she just talking about a Wolfgang Ritter on the phone? Yes, she was.
Droppen, krieken en meinen Schlaf, die Seele wühlen sie, lebendig zum Frost. Feurigen Atem, gespaltene Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Kind of creepy, though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling this guy was one sick puppet.
Yeah, his German's horrible. I took German in college. Most of these words I don't know. But drei Drachen means three dragons. And I'm thinking krieken in meinen Schlaf is appears in my sleep or comes in my sleep, manifest, something like that. So three dragons appear in my sleep. I don't know the rest. I don't know any of this. But I can tell you, anything that has a capital letter, that's not the start of the sentence, is a proper noun. So Drachen, dragon. Or not a proper noun, just a noun in general. Schlaf, sleep. It's a thing. Now, obviously, drei just means three. D is basically the. So three dragons appear in my sleep. The something. And then, yeah, I don't know any of this. But that's it. It gave me some points. Get a little more information. That's probably going to be useful. Got a German-English dictionary.
Gabriel leaves through a German-English dictionary.
Besessen means possessed. That's handy to know.
Possessing. All right. What else can we look at? Let's see. We got the counter. Anything I'm going to do? Yep, because there's some open doors down there. Now, trying to find this on the old game when it was a lot more pixelated was harder. But look at that. Shining. So we can get some tweezers.
Good. You're beginning to look a bit
Oh, magnifying
Mind if I
glass.
borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
All right, now the rest of this stuff is just to click on, like, for instance, sexy picture.
Fun times.
Call me, and I have no idea what this is. Maybe it says bunny. Call me bunny. Shirt.
I practically own stock in these guys.
Yeah, he wears white shirts. Find out a little bit about Grace.
Gracie's resume. She was way overqualified. And also the only person who applied.
If we would have asked her about herself, you find out she's been in New Orleans for 2 months. So she's been with him less than that. So they're fairly new acquaintances. Nothing else really in here that does anything other than gives you some gags. We'll move on. All right, let's check this register. This is funny, him having trouble with it. That was added.
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the case. Or in the case of St. George's books, the
The
mistake.
mistake. I like that. We'll go ahead and take
I
this.
trust you can relive without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
All right. If you try to take the money, she just gets offended. Look at the painting.
Nope. No safe for the money back there.
Aw. You just look at it.
Three snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
Makes sense, right?
Wacky offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
Okay, now let's go to his bedroom. There's some stuff in there that we may need in the future. Now, I'm one of those guys. You don't have to get all this in the beginning, but I always do. So I go ahead and I grab the flashlight. I just go ahead and stock my inventory. This is one of those games that doesn't have a max inventory,
Might need a flashlight.
so it doesn't hurt. So I just got a flashlight. Go to the cabinet.
I'll take this hair gel. Let me know when you need a touch up.
Right. We want the black shirt. See, originally in this game, you would not even know you could get all this stuff. It was a lot of exploration. All right, here's something funny. Ready? They have a lot of little things like this.
Gabriel, shut that refrigerator, please. Oh, I can smell it from here.
Winner.
Right. Okay. So now that we got a lot of stuff in our inventory, let's take a look at the inventory. Whatever you've got highlighted will show up here. Now you have all kinds of things. You can also try to combine items. So you click this. It's like, ooh, what do I want to combine it with? Nope, can't combine it with that. Okay. Nope. Nope. No. There we go. So I can combine. Can I do any more? Nah. So that actually, I don't know why you combine it. I just know in the future you'll do something where you'll fix your hair and dress up with the black shirt. So I guess it's just something they do to say. So I can look at the flashlight. Now this, you click on this, it shows you everything you can examine closely, which is only the sketchbook. This shows you everything you can just kind of look at. You can't even look at that. So like,
Gabriel got the flashlight free in the mail when he ordered a magazine subscription. It works though, at the moment.
yeah. So, you know, so just you pick something and it'll keep it down there. So then you can do it here, right there. Also, what that does, and that's all we need in the bedroom, by the way. So like if you're talking with anybody, or sometimes you can get these, okay, click, boom. It gives you that option of interacting with them using the item. But we're gonna go ahead and go. We know we gotta go to the police station. We got that much from Grace. All right. We're picking up some photos.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Cutscenes are pretty good. Let's see, I'm going to move my box. Where would my box be good at? What do you think? There? Does that look good? Yeah, it's not in the way. Okay, so here we are, St. George's. So here's the Dixieland she talked about, and here's the Voodoo Museum. So if you wanted to explore, you would...
The Dixieland drugstore is closed until tomorrow morning.
Okay, well, we know we can't do that.
Posted on the door of the museum is a sign saying closed. Their hours list that they will open again tomorrow.
I think, if I'm remembering correctly, in the original version of this game, now this isn't authentic, I didn't even think about this last time, I think you could actually go there, but it would have the front of the building, you would click on it, and it would give you that information. So this might be just a way of, I guess, I don't know, making it easier. Same thing here.
The sign says the Overlook's closed for repairs until June 23rd.
For some reason, I could have swore you could go there and it would just give you the information. Just once you got there, then you'd have to leave. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But anyway, I know we can go here, so we'll just move ahead. We know we got to go to the police station, so might as well go there. All right. So, here's another thing. You look around, see what you could find out. And, oh, Moses' office.
That's Mosley's office.
Okay. Most motorcycles and other building.
It's another municipal building, but not one Gabriel has any interest in.
Ooh, alleyway. This is how you figure things out. Look at this. Oh, Mosley's office.
That window leads to Mosley's office.
Yeah, you see you can't do anything with it right now. So, I don't remember. I think that will be needed sometime in the future, though. I just don't remember when or why. So, but we'll keep it up here. Okay. Look at different things.
Interesting design for a trash can. Must have been on sale at Cops on Us.
Ha 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 ha. All right, let's go talk to this guy, front desk guy.
Got a second, officer? What can I do you for?
All right. So, two things. Let's just start with here.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at a crime scene. Sorry.
Okay.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight.
Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, I got something for you, all right. As soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Where's the crime scene? Is it related to the Voodoo murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos that are probably already there.
All right. So, cool. Of course, you can, like I said earlier, you can go through.
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
See, that's it. You can learn a little bit about himself. It's mainly just information, just to get. You don't get any points for this kind of stuff. It's just a filler information.
Gabriel Knight.
All right. So now I can look at it.
The envelope from Mosley is a
Oh.
plain vanilla one. It feels pretty light.
Okay, I can actually examine it.
Opens the manila envelope and finds
Two pictures.
photographs.
All right. So now I can look at
One
them.
of the photos from Mosley is an official Voodoo murders
Ooh.
crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
Hey, I saw this in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Right. Okay. And then that's the other photo, so I'll just
The
look at it.
photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then.
Yeah. You tell him. Okay, well, we know he's not going to give us any information. You can keep asking,
Can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
but he will just start getting...
Come on, you can tell me
Angry
what
at
the
you.
crime scene is.
Look, I know the paper's got everybody stirred up about these killings, but that don't make it public information. Back off.
So this is a new Voodoo murder then?
didn't say that. You'll read all about it in the papers tomorrow. I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. So we've got to go figure out where this crime scene is. This was the first part of the game where you got stuck. Like, it's like, I don't even know what to do, where to go. So you'd be like, let me go back here. Let me try this. Let me go back here. Let me look over here. Let me go over here. Let me go. So I just happen to know, so we're going to speed it up a little. The answer's in Jackson Square. But even when you get here, it's not easy to figure out. One cool thing, in the original game, see these 4 different sections? There's 4 here, and if we walk up, there's 2 up here. In the original game, each one of these 4 sections was an entire screen in and of itself. You would have to leave, and then it would change, change square. So the fact they put it into one that moves around with you is good. It's good.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
Uh-oh, what was that?
A bronze statue of Andrew Jackson.
Andrew!
The center of Jackson Square.
Right? So, we got a mime. He was annoying somebody. Alright, but now we're sitting here thinking, so you can look at the different people.
Would if I had enough time to.
You got a guy beating the drums, you got the jazz band, a guy walking around, a girl walking around, and you got a cop. So the first thing you figure out, you're like, hey, let me talk to the cop.
Good day, officer.
Yeah, you too. Keep moving.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Not now, buddy. I'm busy.
I should have noticed that. Thanks. Yeah, right.
Let me see if you can.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Not now, buddy. I'm busy.
Same thing. Okay.
I should have noticed that. Thanks.
Leave me alone,
Yeah,
you
right.
man.
All right, and then of course, if you happen to put your thing right here, you see, oh, radio, motorcycle. Oh, you have to stick around. Oh, something about the homicide scene. Okay. Can we operate the radio?
Mind if I use your radio?
What are you, nuts? Forget it.
Touch it.
You white-faced geek, you want to
Okay.
eat my fist?
All right, so this, like I said, was the first time this game got trying to figure it out. So what we figure out, okay, we want to use this radio. You hang around long enough, you start hearing bits of stuff, but the only way that you're going to get it is to activate that radio. But how to activate the radio? There it is again. You want to get him away from the bike. So after lots of exploring and figuring things out and all that good stuff, what you eventually try to figure out is that this mime annoys people.
Since Gabriel can't read lips, he's disinclined to start a conversation.
Alright, so he follows people around. So you want to get up close to him. So he'll follow you. Oh, she's too close. But he will leave you and follow somebody else. It's annoying.
I never. Leave me alone, you man.
So you gotta let him reboot. Get back where he is. I wonder if we check something here.
It's one of those mimes.
Okay, so he's following me now. Alright, so he's gonna follow to annoy me. So what you wanna do is you wanna get him to follow you to the cop. There we go. Okay, good. The woman wasn't close enough. But he will get pulled off by other people. There we go. Did you hear the da-da-da-da?
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that. All right, mister, you want some of this? Why, you little...
All right. See, now. Come on. There we go. Now I can use the radio. Tell me, how are you supposed to figure that out easily? That would have taken a long time. I just happened to remember it. When I first was running through this, I told you I had the authentic. I got stuck. I couldn't remember what I was supposed to do. And then it was like, oh yes, the mime. You know, a mime is a terrible thing to waste.
Leave me alone, you man.
Yeah, so, uh-oh. So now we're getting all the information. Interesting.
Hey, you, get away from that bike.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't even remember you said sorry. That's it. So, now we can go to the map. And it's not in the French Quarter. So now we have this option here. Where's my... There it is. Greater New Orleans. And oh, look. Lake Pontchartrain. Found it. Okay, sorry. I had to do that.
Hey, Jose.
Huh? Hey, you wiener, I told you not to call me that.
Well, you calling him a wiener.
Jump in.
Who, me? Stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess I can let you see it for the book. But don't tell anyone.
Yeah, especially that cop that's right there listening to this conversation.
Definitely.
Or coroner.
Murder. Same MO and no freaking clues. We're still waiting on an ID.
Yeah, none. I mean, look at all that
Disgusting.
absence of clues on the ground there.
Yeah, they're freaking ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 Expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports of nothing.
No reports of nothing, so that means there are
Who
reports.
the hell is that?
Ooh, how comic booky.
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We got a little problem.
Oh, you had to
here,
put
but
her in her
nothing
place.
for you to be
Detective.
concerned about.
I see. Thank you, detective. And good day, gentlemen.
Forget it. That's Molly Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for
So,
country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something.
if you know anything about film noir, mysteries,
Nothing.
stereotypical 90s, 80s, whatever film, you basically immediately be like, she's the bad guy.
Well,
It's he's falling for her. She's showing up at the scene of the... Yeah, she's the bad guy.
watch out for the muck at the water.
I don't remember if that's true or
If
not.
you want to talk, I'll
I
be at the
don't.
station tomorrow.
So we'll just see, right? We'll go through this. We'll just find out. I can't remember what her involvement is, whether or not she is a bad guy or antagonist. Okay, look, and they all leave. There was not a single clue to be found. Right. Oh, what's these marks? Oh, let's look at them.
There's a pattern to the lines in the sand.
There are.
Only one small area is clearly defined.
Okay. So I want to pick them up.
Gabriel can't pick the lines without some help.
If only there was a way to sketch them in a book. Sketchbook, of course. Look at that. Duh. Right. This is one of those games that sometimes solutions are way too simple, and it is possible to not realize the solution is simple. So then we got blood.
That's a lot of blood.
Oh, I can look at this.
The partial pattern from the crime scene intrigues Gabriel. What does it mean?
It's aliens.
Looks like there was something here. I should take a closer look.
Closer look. Okay. And I don't remember this aspect in the original. I think it just you looked and you found it. You didn't have to actually move around.
Something small and iridescent is barely visible in the sand.
Barely visible.
I can't even see what I'm trying to pick up. I need a better look.
So I need to be able to see it better. I mean, if only there was a way I could magnify it. Oh, wait, look at that magnifying glass. Yay. Wow.
It looks like a scale of some sort.
I'm smart. All right, let's see. Can I pick it
The
up?
scale is too delicate to pick up by hand.
Oh, but if I only had something that allowed me to manipulate small oh, wait, tweezers.
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to take the small iridescent.
This is 90s.
I think it's a snake scale. It beats the hell out
A
of
snake scale? We just learned about snakes. I wonder if he knew it was a snake scale because I read the book. I'm actually curious. Would he say snake scale if I hadn't read that book? It's possible. Now, here's another thing that, unless you are just a thorough explorer and you're like, is there anything anywhere? Ooh, what can I find? Ooh, what can I... Oh, clay.
The banks of Lake Pontchartrain are rich with clay deposits.
Okay, well, why is it there? I can take some? Never even think of grabbing clay. I believe when I originally did this game, the reason we needed the clay when it comes out later, we were like, well, it probably took us forever to figure out to go get this clay. So obviously the clay is going to be used for molding,
Gabriel is carrying a lump of
for
clay.
creating
Banks of Lake
maybe an impression of something. Yeah, I can't remember. We'll find out when we get there. That's basically all. That's all we got out here. So let's head back. So as you can see, we actually, we're at 33 points. Woohoo! There's not a lot. We really haven't done that much. I don't know what else to do. I guess we'll go back to St. George's, right?
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Okay. The day ends, basically, if I remember correctly, each day will end with you talking to her. And if you've done everything you're supposed to do after you've talked to her, that's it. It'll move on to the next chapter. So, we can request research.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
So, we want to check out that lady.
Could you see what you
It's
can
a
find out
lady.
about Nadia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, about 10%. Oh, God. I don't know.
Murder. If you can get an address.
Murders, right. I'll see what I can find out.
Boom. That's how you know it's time the day he goes to sleep.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And
Now, unfortunately, there's not really a way to save at this point. You just kind of have to wait. We'll just wait till the start of the next day. Then it'll allow us to save, and then we'll move on from there. And the day is over, and he's going to sleep. Are the lights going to go out? Nah, lights stay on. Okay. All right. And of course, he's having the dream again. I think each time we see the dream, there's a little more, a little something extra. Because that kind of looks like that Getty lady, doesn't it? Okay, so that's all the same. That's the same. A little quicker. That's new. I don't think we saw that specific scene in the first one. I could be wrong. But yeah, I think there's a little more each time. And now, day 2, chapter 2, whatever you want to call it. So once we get in here and I'm able to save it, it'll be the end of this video. A mask I wore as I approached. I was what I am not. And though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought. Hopefully I can start the next one when I redo it. It'll just start me at the beginning of the day. Hopefully that'll be cool. Or I might just have to edit that in at the beginning of each video I do. Looks like it rained a little in the night. Here he is, white t-shirt, jeans.
Good morning. Don't you look swell today? Actually, swollen. So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table. Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh, it always does that. Never mind. Did you dream about the fire and the hanged guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion.
Leopard.
Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella.
Hmm.
The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
Right.
That address is...
Hey, far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West Ingram. That's the Garden District. Estate City.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous looking diversion I have ever seen.
Sorry.
Men.
Tim Curry had a much better delivery. Okay. So I am going to call it there. All right. That was day 1 of Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father, 20th anniversary edition. As I said, it was the replay through, so hopefully I got you some good information. Maybe you caught a few authentic reactions, and we went over the other stuff. So I will be picking up on day 2 to be released later. Just like I said, first video, just starting all this. So I'm going to try and keep a regular schedule. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to get this out hopefully within the next, in less than a week after this one's posted. But I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to keep going. Any questions, thoughts, comments, testimonies, rude gestures, whatever you want to put down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Any insights you had. Hey, I'd love to hear about you playing this game and what it meant to you and the nostalgia of the old days. You know, all of us 40-somethings, 50-somethings, Gen Xers. Woo! Yeah. Fight the power. Or actually, as Gen Xers, we just stand back and watch the boomers and millennials and zoomers go at it, right? We just kind of like, hey, you know, we were latchkey kids. We were told to be independent and do our own thing. So that's what we're still doing. We're watching all y'all just... watching all y'all fight with each other. All right. Well, y'all have a great day. We will see you later. All right. Bye. Have a good one.